Hello amigos. Hola. I don't know why I'm doing a Spanish voice, but it is how I feel, amigos. In the passenger seat I have strapped a 1084S monitor that I just acquired from a guy. This guy also gave me some other goodies. I don't know if you can see there. Some of them are covered because they are top secret. Yes, amigos, I have got many good things to show you. Buenas tardes, buenas whatever. I will catch you later. Vamos a la casa Galacticus X. Hi yo, this is Galacticus X with yet another excursion, so to speak, in quest for good old retro hardware that is just too expensive to order from eBay, and it's better to search and find from other guys near where I live. So as I showed you earlier, I got a 1084S monitor for the Amiga computers, and I believe it's also suitable for 8-bit Commodore machines. And I also got some other goodies, Commodore goodies, some spiffy, it's the word, yeah, spiffy systems, good old systems from the Amiga line, and also from the, I believe it's called the 264 family. Yeah, it's the Plus 4 and the Commodore 16. But the spiffiest the spiffiest of them all, I'll keep a secret and reveal it to you as soon as I get home, because it's a very special machine, one that frankly I never thought I would find in for a reasonable price, and not in a good state, and not with all its peripherals. And it's I don't know about you guys, but to me it's a machine that growing up as a kid I used to read about it and watch photos from the magazines, and I never thought I could ever get to actually own one of these machines. I remember as a teenager in the summer on the beach, you know how it is with a teenage boy, hormones raging and all that stuff. It's a peculiar situation. You have one eye on the ladies and one eye on the nice machines from the old times, and you couldn't decide which one is sexier, an Amiga or a girl in a bikini. And yeah. What else? Yeah, apart from this hardware pickups, I finally got some time yesterday to gather whatever I have left of my old games and to put them together. Not have them scattered around in closets and in under the bed in old rotten boxes. But actually, I have a very humble, a very limited collection, and especially on the PC front, I had much more games from the old big box IBM compatible games that regrettably, now that I see it in retrospect, I wish I hadn't parted with those excellent games from the 90s. But at least I didn't throw them away. I gave them to a family when we moved from our suburban Athens home to my current location, my father's house, and at least some other kids got to play with my old Amstrad 1512 and the collection of games that I gave them. So at least I have consolation that I gave joy to some other kids, and that I I gave the machine for a good cause. I find myself gradually losing interest in the current gen. Not completely. I mean, I still follow the new releases, and I'm still quite interested in the new generation of games, but it's definitely not like it used to be. I'm not very keen on continually upgrading my main PC, and frankly, with all this money that I gave for the last 6 or so months, I could easily have upgraded my machine to a more up-to-date specification. But I really can't see the point to that. I think that my money would be much better spent on old and more hard to find and rare systems that I will enjoy for the years to come. I've also turned my interest towards consoles. They are okay. Especially the Sega consoles, the Mega Drive, the Saturn, the Dreamcast. I don't know why. Perhaps it's a personal thing, but I always found myself drawn to these consoles more than the Nintendo equivalents. Perhaps it's their aesthetic attraction. I'm more attracted to their form, or I don't know. There's something. Γεια σας, ναι, ναι. Τώρα το... Όχι, είναι παρακάτω, θα δείτε, έχει το... Αλλά έχει πινακίδα, αλλά και τώρα και να στρίβατε από εδώ καλά θα ήταν, αλλά εφόσον το περάσατε είναι παρακάτω. Well, that was a guy that missed his exit, and as a good Samaritan, I helped him find his way. It's a great night for a drive. It's very cool. At last, this awful heat wave gave its place to a more moderate and cool climate. A Saturday night is always a good opportunity to just to drive around. The old consoles, they are intriguing, of course. And I got some of them, mostly Sega, and I also ordered the EverDrive cartridge for the Mega Drive. I don't know why I'm particularly attracted to the Mega Drive. For a strange reason, I always associated it with the Amiga. I think the look of the games in the Mega Drive is similar to the Amiga. Perhaps that's just an illusion. But they are both 16-bit machines, and in general the games that came for one system were published for the other, so one can draw direct comparisons between the versions of the two machines, or the two platforms, to be more accurate. Of course, I have a lot of way to go ahead discovering the secrets of all these machines. There are every day I learn something new, details about their operation, their peculiarities, and also the history behind these machines, and the companies that produce these machines. All the background, the intrigue, and the men, the businessmen, the technicians, the developers. And I was told that there is a particular a book specifically describing the whole saga, the whole history of Commodore, the birth, the rise, and the downfall of Commodore. And in parallel, the history of the Amiga is a separate issue, is a separate story, because both of them, both Commodore and the Amiga, have very rich stories with secrets, with interesting intersections and intertwining with other companies, other people, and the epicenter of all these stories is the Silicon Valley, the East Coast, where companies such as IBM, Apple, Commodore, Atari, they fought for supremacy and for prevalence. I think it's the correct word, for domination. So I had a long and interesting talk with a guy that gave me all these goodies that I will show to you later on. And this guy certainly knows his stuff. He's a computer technician, an IT specialist. And he told me things about the Amiga and the other, in comparison to the 8-bit platforms. And for example, he actually he told me something that I actually never thought would be true, but he said that the whole range of Amiga computers, from the Amiga 1000, the original Amiga, up to the later models, the Amiga 3000 and 4000, all these combined, they sold less than the Commodore 128 and 128D. Of course, I will have to cross-check these figures with the sources from the internet, but he told me that the Amiga computers totally sold less than 5 million units worldwide, and the Commodore 128 series sold more than that. So if that is true, it dispelled a myth that I had in my mind, that the 128 was a flop, that it was a commercial failure. Of course, it was nowhere as near as successful as the Commodore 64, but it was relatively successful. It didn't penetrate the consumer market so much, but it was an excellent machine and a very unique one.